Legendary Firebreak is back in a Redux. I don't say this often, but this Redux is actually better than the original draw because we do have some really good items in this Redux compared to the original draw. So if you missed it last time, you can consider buying it this time. So in this before you buy video, we're going to be looking at all the items in this Redux one by one and see if it is worth buying. I'll also compare the original draw items and the Redux items with same odds just to find out which one is better. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon. Also, don't forget to check the description for credits. Let's take a look at the Legendary Firebreak's design and then we'll see the intros. The first intro we have is just the one you see when you are doing the character selection. In this you can see he picks up a doll. You might be wondering why. If you take a look at Firebreak's backstory, you can understand this better. The cinematic backstory you see here is slightly different from the original backstory. In the original backstory, instead of him burning his father, the father escapes his attack and his sister is badly burnt. Originally, that's the reason why he's carrying a doll, just to remember her sister. But in this cinematic story, what happens is the other way around. His sister survives, but he brings the doll wherever he goes just because he feels guilty of robbing her sister's childhood, killing their own father. That's everything about this intro. When you go to a new lobby, however, what you see is that Firebreak carries his signature weapon, the Purifier, and uses it like The Rock used the flamethrower once in WrestleMania. It's just the same thing. It's not a very long intro, but it's definitely a badass one. Now, usually the question is, does this skin look legendary enough? Well, this is very legendary. Let me show you him in the night mode and you can see how good this skin is. The skin is unfortunately very underrated, maybe because the original draw had very trash items compared to this Redux. So I wish Firebreak gets what he deserves this time. You know, it's obviously a really good skin. Behind his head, there is something like a thruster. His cape is also on fire. Even when you are on a helicopter, you can still see the flames and debris going out. It's like actually burning. The other thing is that his arms are also animated. You can see an effect like a flux is going on. His palms are also insanely animated. If you take a look at the legendary features, the first legendary feature we have is the Hollow Watch. The color of this AR kill watch is obviously yellowish. That is to resemble fire. It's not yellow, you know, it's more like fire. And also you can see an effect that is going on just to show that the AR kill watch is extremely hot right now. That is a very interesting detail. When it comes to the skill set, what you're going to get is the legendary version of the operator skill, Purifier. Actually, this does come with the kill message, but you know, as always, we are not going to see any kill effects when you kill enemies with this Purifier. The drop stance literally shows him adjusting his helmet. Again, very badass. When it comes to the loot box, it is very dark in color, but we can also see some more colors to resemble fire. So it's more like a burnt loot box, maybe to tell the world that the enemy is burned to death. Also enjoy this little gameplay with Legendary Firebreak. It's so good to use a legendary operator with a cape because not every time we're gonna see a cape. And since it is also not that colorful, this might also work as a really good camouflage, both in multiplayer and battle royale. So this is a skin that you will not be disappointed. To pull this legendary Firebreak Basilisk in your first spin, there's out of 0.08% chance. Moving on to the second best item in this draw, which is very stupid in my opinion, that is the legendary D13 Steam Shredder. At the time when it was first coming, you know, people were hyped. Even I was hyped that this is going to be insanely good because it was good in the original title when they introduced D13 Like you can throw the disc in a room and it will clear the room. That's how it worked. But in Call of Duty Mobile, it's the other way around. It's not that great. I'm so happy to say that when I was playing ranked, I was actually able to grab 3 kills with the D13 What an achievement. But surely the design, the effects and everything are top notch in this secondary legendary blueprint. It's just not widely or commonly used in the game. Maybe this is also another reason why people did not go for legendary Firebreak, because they were like, what do I do with this legendary weapon? Like, I can't use it and it doesn't work as intended. The disc is not going to bump enough to kill an enemy inside of a room. That's the biggest problem with this D13. If you take a look at the Completionist Camos, however, it's going to look great. So you can customize this as what you want, and most importantly, if you go with the blistering magma camo, it's the best one to match with legendary Firebreak. Not just for the D13 but for any blueprint in the game. Simply just put the blistering magma on and it's Firebreak's weapon. As simple as that. What Completionist Camo do you think is the best with this D13 Steam Shredder? Let me know what you think in the comment section. To pull this D13 in your first spin, there's out of 1.25% chance. Moving on to the other rewards in this lucky draw and odds of getting them, The next item we have is a really interesting item. This is a RUS skin with a custom design. It comes with a 3x tactical scope by default. So you can see that it is very well detailed when it comes to geometry. Obviously it is not animated. Who wants something to be animated if it comes with a custom geometry? And unfortunately we cannot see the inside of this blueprint. No data miner was interested in showing it either, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be different from the default RUS because the geometry is different in this blueprint compared to the RUS. Well, what's the source? Trust me bro. Especially I like how it comes to the drum mag, and this is actually a different gun in other Call of Duty title, and if you remember what gun this is, let me know in the comment section. Then with the order of 4.67% we're gonna get this battery skin. We have the same repeated textures that are animated and it's all around the battery skin. Then we're gonna get a spray called Lava Baby. It's actually made for legendary Firebreak. I guess it comes with an order of 5.5%. With an high order of 6.5% we're gonna get this emote called Legendary Blade. This is something that you would see in X-Men movies. This is some mutant stuff, right? A fiery blade coming out of your elbow. This is actually a really good emote that you can use with Legendary Firebreak because Firebreak is all fire. With an order of 10% we're gonna get this epic tank skin. A good tank skin you can use if you are playing as Firebreak. But anyways, it's a good skin, not a great skin. The wingsuit is pretty good. It matches with Legendary Firebreak a lot. It's obviously like it's on fire, and this wingsuit comes with an order of 11%. The final two items in this Redux are the cluster grenade skin and the calling card. The cluster grenade is also animated just like the tank and the battery skin. It's the same animation in all three. You know, recently in Lucky Draws we got really beautiful cluster grenades. This one is not as good as them, but a decent one. This cluster grenade has an order of 28% chance. And finally, with an order of 29%, we're gonna get this calling card. This literally shows person that is coming out of lava. Here's a little side-by-side comparison between the original draw rewards and the Redux draw rewards. You can see that the original draw we got a M13 skin that is just like a default M13 with the skin, and instead of that we're gonna get the RUS with a custom geometry. That is a really good replacement. And the original draw emote had very low odds compared to the Redux draw emote, but both emotes are really good. Maybe the first one is a little bit better because it comes with lower odds. Instead of the legendary spray we got the avatar for legendary Firebreak, but the avatar being in the original draw is better than having this legendary spray in my opinion. Both this Redux and the original draw had a calling card, but the original draw calling card had very low odds compared to the Redux having the highest odds for the calling card. I think that's a win when it comes to the Redux. In the original draw we had the mechanical wingsuit while this one has a normal wingsuit, but personally I believe the normal wingsuit suits better for legendary Firebreak than the mechanical wingsuit. And in the original draw we had a melee weapon that is an axe but with no animations whatsoever. Instead of that, in the Redux draw we got a battery skin with lot of animations. The truck skin in the original draw is replaced by a tank in the Redux. So overall I believe majority of items in the Redux draw are better than the original draw, but that's just my opinion. What do you guys think about this lucky draw and how many spins you're gonna try? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon. Watch my other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.